What's going on? What's going on, good
Well,
people?
what's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing this evening? I'm Lamar. It's my brother, Casey Fowler, and this is episode 108 of the Foul Language Podcast.
Yes, sir. Like every episode, man, get your accessories right. Put your headphones on if you're at work, because you might just hear some foul language. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
You got that right. Roll the intro.
Perfect.
All right. Before we get started, let's kick off the accessory check-in. So, brother, I think I know, but what accessories do you have tonight?
All right, for the smoke, mister, I think I know. I got the Jack Dog Connecticut. I got a Blackbird Jackdaw. That's what
Yeah.
it is. I got that, and it's not a bad cigar like you we was talking about when I first lit it. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little loose. Thou art
Goose off the
loose.
goose. Going on patrol.
But I mean, I'm hoping as it starts burning, it'll tighten that up. But so far, not bad. That's some real good smoke coming out that motherfucker. I will say that.
Yeah, I like those. I like most of Blackbird stuff.
Yeah, I think I've had everyone but the Jackdaw. So
You haven't had
just
the
about
macaw.
everyone. You ain't had the
It was
macaw.
Yes, I have had the macaw. It's a limited. I got one saved for your stupid ass. So
All right, I'm
just chill
gonna
out.
take these back.
Just
Take
chill
these back.
out. Just
Take
chill
these
out.
back.
Or
My
hold on.
apologies.
Do I have it saved, or did I send it to you in the sampler?
I don't fucking remember.
I can't. I had to watch the video. We'll watch the video.
I'll just
So
put this back. But
yeah.
and for the drink, since I did whiskey last week, I'm swapping out. Went back to my vodka and strawberry lemonade, sugar-free
Oh.
strawberry lemonade, and it's actually pairing really well, man. So I'm curious to see where it's gonna go as the night goes, because yeah, I think I got a good one tonight, man. How about yourself?
So I've got and man, for some reason I could not, because of the font, read what this word was, but I have the Freud alter ego. I was trying to say alter ego or something. You've had it. I mean, dude on the front looks like Colonel Sanders with a hipster cut. So you've had it. So
it was okay, if I remember it right.
I mean, it's not bad. It came off real buttery at the beginning, so that was interesting. Whatever, man. And so for the drink, I also have a lemonade related drink. I don't usually do this, but we got to talking about bourbon and lemonade the other day. And I was like, that's what I'm gonna drink. Bourbon and lemonade.
How the fuck do you get in a conversation talking bourbon and lemonade?
So we're talking about mixing bourbons, and we usually don't mix bourbons. And I was like, the only thing I'll mix bourbon with, without it being like a cocktail at a bar, like a bourbon bar or something like that, is bourbon and lemonade and bourbon and ginger beer.
Okay.
So
there we go.
And that in a while.
I needed some
context. Understood.
I needed
context is king. Context is king.
Yeah, we were just talking about mixing up this bourbon with this lemonade, man. While we
first you get the bourbon, then you get the lemonade, then you mix.
While we update our portfolios.
Fair enough.
I digress.
It is Friday. It is the day to close out cover calls, but that's another thing. I already did that, so neither here nor there. All right, so that's my pairing. We'll see how it goes. So far, so good. I was hesitant to smoke it because I know you smoked it before, and I try to get something different from you. But hell, we have Black Lion together or BL Luxuries together, so we're gonna repeat. So it is what it is. Smoke good drinks, drink good whiskeys, or
smoke good drinks.
Tequilas.
It's all right.
I was gonna say it, and then I was like, but you're not drinking whiskey, so. Yeah.
First of all, you said smoke good drinks, so we just go. You want to do that again?
Well, we can smoke a good drink. Hell, I got a drink smoker right here. I can smoke a good drink.
That's true.
So, while I may have misspoke, you can still smoke a drink. I might smoke a drink next week. It's supposed to be cold anyway. So, anyway, that's what's best. No, it's not. That's the accessory check-in. I don't know. It's been a week. And I'm not cutting any of this out. That is the accessory check-in.
You fucking up.
Stay tuned to see how the cigars treat us for the rest of the evening.
All right, man. It's that time again, man, where we like to talk about something positive in this ever negative world, man. We like to bring personal positivity to all you guys out there who watch the Foul Language Podcast. So, brother, what is best in life?
No. Well, let's see. So I had jury duty for the first time this week.
Hmm.
So in all my years, I got selected, and and they were doing the questions. So one of my engineers said, "Say that jaywalking is punishable by death," and I was like,
I'm
"Yeah,
sorry.
he crazy." Oh, I
Continue.
laughed hard when I heard it too. It was funny because it was just random. We were talking about work stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to review something because jury duty." He was like, "Yeah, just tell them that jaywalking is punishable by death, and they should let you out."
That's well done. Shout out
Slight
to your
aside,
engineer.
he's actually looking at running for mayor for his small town. So
Oh, that's interesting.
slight, yeah, it's very very interesting. So yeah, small crazy world. But anyway, so got selected and knew I was going to get selected too because when they started asking the questions, they were asking questions about like car accidents and how you feel about who's at fault. And it was like I wasn't like passionate either way. They asked about chiropractors. I was like, chiropractors are fine. I go to chiropractors. If you don't think chiropractors are fine, I understand where you can get that too. So they're not for everybody. I get it. So no, as soon as I heard they called my number, I was like, damn.
That's what your impartial ass get.
I know. But it was actually not as bad as everyone makes it seem.
Yeah,
I guess
it's an
it depends on the
experience.
trial, the judge, the court. But it was actually interesting. The judge, he was actually real. I don't know how to put it, but he was really good at about explaining to everybody so they understood what was going on, like the terms, the terminology, like you know, you usually see it this way on TV. This is how it actually works and all that good. And it was pretty cool. So learned a lot. So like I said, it was an accident. Case has been decided now, so we can talk a little bit about it. And I told you a damn Nissan Altima was the other car in question. And I was like, I almost raised my hand and was like, excuse me. I now have a bias and I have to ask myself to be removed from the jury.
That's
But
funny.
then funny thing is we actually ruled against the Altima. So um, it was crazy. It was unanimous. So, and it was one of them things like after the fact, you learn some of the background detail. You was like, good, glad. Motherfuckers trying to get money. And it just felt like a money grab too.
Yeah.
Cause like the shit that they was doing, it was like that's real suspect. So that was that. Did that for 2 days. Went back in doing the work stuff. Bought some clothes and stuff for the kids today because the temperature's gonna fall real bad come Sunday. I think we're gonna see 30s. So
Hmm.
that's gonna be delightful.
It's gonna be
So
cold
yeah.
as a bitch over here too.
Probably so. Um, cool thing though, best thing is I washed a motorcycle today.
Hmm.
I hadn't watched that in I don't know how long. And the reason why I watched it is because I was gonna go get it inspected today. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, it is too dirty to try to ride that. I don't know what's gonna crawl out of there and bite me on the back of the neck. So I was like, you know what? Let's wash the bike real quick. So washed the bike, took the bike to get inspected, and I rode today. So that was exciting. Been a while since I did that. Definitely fun getting back out there on two wheels. So definitely was excited about that. I still say the motorcycle inspection is the stupidest shit ever. So in years past, they had me ride back there to the bay.
Mhm.
This shit ain't even do anything. So I'm sitting here and I'm like sitting waiting or whatever for them to call me back to ride it to the bay. And so I'm just sitting and I'm chilling and I'm chilling and I'm chilling. And they're like, all right, Mr. Fowler, you good to go. I'm like, you didn't check my horns. You didn't check my
What?
lights. Okay, well, let's go. Here's my little $7 and let's roll.
Indeed,
And
indeed.
then so the other thing too, which really kind of made me hurry up and get the bike going, is I started back watching probably got to be one of my favorite shows on TV. And not I don't think anybody I know would get why I love this show so much. And like it's Norman Reedus Ride, the dude that plays Daryl from Walking Dead. If you watch that, he basically gets another celebrity friend and they go tour like a city. So they'll go like in one episode they went from like Houston to Dallas. Um, one episode they went to the dude from Heroes and This Is Us, and they're riding around Japan in a couple places. So I mean, it's just cool. Like it really gives you what it feels like to ride a motorcycle on a little trip, and the people you meet, the things you see, the sights. I mean,
Mhm.
it's good, man. Like for somebody who's done that and loves it, it's like I'll be like, shit, that's exactly what it feels like. I love this show. So it's a good show, man. Like anybody, I think if you just like people, I mean, kind of like Travel Channel shit. I think I'd recommend it to anybody. So I think that's about it on the what's best. Kids are good, wife's good, yeah, everything's good. So yeah. Oh, Simone started the process to get her braces this week, so she got her spacers put in to yes yesterday, and then one broke, so she had to get it fixed.
Damn,
And
it
then
hurt.
not just the spacers, so they're gonna put these little rubber band spacers in, and then they're gonna put the little retainer things using those to get space between the teeth, so they can put the apparatus between them. So, um, she still didn't really hurt.
Because
She's
I
actually
hate to come
excited to
down there
get
and fuck
braces.
somebody up.
No, she said Kim said it's her dinosaur teeth, and so
You gonna get off my knee, sis? Damn it.
because the dentist was like, yeah, based on the way things went, they're probably gonna break again. So Kim was like, yo, dinosaur. I was cracking up, man. That shit was funny.
I
So
can't wait for Thanksgiving.
yeah, man, gonna be good times. Um, yeah. So I'll talk about that later. So that's what's best, finally. So what about you, man?
Well, well, man. For starters, Kevandre is officially out the door. Started off rocky. He's in Job Corps right now, and
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to find his way. I'm really excited for him, man. And we talk. We didn't talk today, but we've been
Mm-hmm.
talking just about every day since he has left. And you could tell his sisters missed him. Like we got a group chat, so we was like group chatting till like 11 o'clock at night our time, so like 12 their
Mm-hmm.
time. And we were
Mm-hmm.
just about us talking. His sisters was asking questions and all this other shit. I'm like, oh, they missed the hell out of him right
Oh yeah, they do.
now.
I mean, even though they weren't always together, the fact that he was still close
Mm-hmm,
and could,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah, it makes a difference.
Yeah, hell yeah. Something I didn't mention last week. I was bored. Um, I forgot when I did it, but I was bored one day and I said, fuck it, and I recorded a song. Like I made a song, man. I dusted off the old mic and, and did a song on the fucking fly. I'm gonna send it to you too, man. I was just fucking off, man. It was like midnight, and I start the song off with "Good morning." I was just fucking off, man. But I
This
still
is gonna
got it.
be
God
interesting.
damn it, I still got it. God
Mm-hmm.
damn it. Kevion is good, man. I didn't get a chance to tell you, but Tuesday we had a little scare. So the teacher called and was like, we need you to come get Kevion. And she was explaining what was going on. And all I heard was he passed out, ambulance. I said, what the fuck? That's the only two things that I put together when she was telling me
Fair
everything. I
enough.
said, oh hell no. Hung up the phone, click back over. I told Jeanette, I said, Kevion passed out of the shit. They're talking about the ambulance on the way. You need to go ahead and get up there. I was on 20 heading home. I had about 15 miles to go before I got there, bro. I got I chopped that 15 miles up in like 7 fucking minutes, bro. And Janeke said, you just got a ticket. Yeah, I got a speeding ticket last week. But
For that, or
no, I got a speeding ticket
another
for
time. Oh,
speeding. They
oh.
was on one that day. But
Mm.
so I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about no second speeding ticket. I put that bitch in sports mode. Well, I was boom, boom, fast and furious all the way to the motherfucking spot. So we get him there. He's good. He
He
had
drives a
strep.
Nissan, ladies and gentlemen.
Rogue, Rogue. Let's be very
Still,
clear about
this
that.
is still
It's
from that stock.
a soccer mom whip. Like I gotta get me some man shit when I go to this next level that I'm about to go to. Man, I gotta get some man shit because I'm tired of driving soccer mom vehicles. But
You
fuck you,
damn
man.
kids, you ain't got no choice.
Kiss my ass. But yeah, he's good, man. He just had a couple things going on, but he'd have made a quick recovery. He
Okay,
couldn't play in
good.
his he couldn't play in his game yesterday, but he was all right with it. So we just chilled, played Naruto
Mm-hmm.
or some shit. We sat up and watched Transformers. yesterday, the one right before the new one. So we was just kicking it
I
because
gotta
he's a
catch
real
up.
So we watched the one with the dinosaurs. So we just
Yeah.
gotta watch the new one. So we've been pretty much keeping up with that one, man. Other than that, by the time this come out, Invincible season 2 will be started. So we just finished
Yeah.
watching that over
Yeah.
from the beginning, and it still cracks me the fuck up. I can always make another son, and that shit just cracks me the fuck up. Still, like he beat
I still
his
gotta watch
motherfucking
Adam and Eve.
ass. Man, you gotta watch that, man. You gotta watch that. That shit was fucking good, man. And I know I mentioned it to you, but we watched the first episode of Gen V, and holy fucking shit! Like what? Like I had to watch something else. I had to watch old school cartoons
He had to get a
after.
palate cleanser.
Like man, that shit was fucking rough.
I'm
Like I wanted
curious
to tell
now.
you, but you have to watch the first episode and then get back to me on that one. Do
I
not
think
watch that nowhere near the children at
we'll watch
all.
it probably Sunday night when the kids in the bed.
Yeah, they need to be asleep or out the house. They don't need to be anywhere else. Cause holy shit, man. Holy shit. Shit, man. What else is going? Melon Warriors is back, and we're actually on TikTok right now, man.
No. How's that going?
Really, really well, man. Better than I thought it was gonna be, man. Shout out to the 247 views I got up on there, man. Shout out to y'all. So TikTok is gonna stay. I'm gonna be putting episodes on both still. Got a new I guess arc or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Segment. Let's go with a segment of videos that I'm gonna start doing about the massacres of highly melanated people throughout the United States. So that's gonna be coming out this week. The first episode, spoiler alert, is gonna be about the massacre that took place in Mississippi, in Vicksburg, the same place I work at. So I didn't get a chance to get no pictures of Vicksburg now like I wanted to, because I mean I'm down there to fucking work. So I didn't really get an opportunity, and gas is kind of high. But other than that, smoking on a good cigar, man, drinking on a good drink, even though my cigar just fucking dropped. But that's what's
the
best
worst.
in life.
That's the worst. So I think we were talking about something in between topics last week or the week before, whenever, and we were talking about anime, and we were talking about like our taste in anime and stuff like that is so different. But there's a lot of key ones that are similar or the same even. So I would say, I guess we can talk about what to you makes a good anime. What kind of factors make a good anime, and like what's a deal breaker for you?
All right, first thing I look for swords and shit and powers and shit. That's first. You know what I'm saying? To draw me in. Second, I need to see, as I'm watching, what kind of villain is it? The story. The story is a really big piece for me. I know I do watch a lot of shonen, and it's always some little kid that's daddy is some badass that he's never met type shit and all this other bullshit like that a lot of times. But I'm slowly getting out of those as I'm getting older, but I just gotta have a real solid ass fucking story now, because I read books. I've actually written one. The grammar in it was horrible, but it was really bad, really fucking bad. I'm gonna rewrite it one day, I promise. But yeah, man, I just really enjoy a good story, man. It's something that keep me going. Oh shit, I want to watch the next episode. Oh shit, I want to watch the next episode. It has to really keep me entertained, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are harder to start than others. Like Attack on Titan originally was harder for me to start, but yeah, it was hard for me to start. But as I got
you just
a
give
little
the sneeze to the ancestors or something. All right, as you're getting older.
As I'm getting older, you shut the fuck up. Shit. As I'm getting older, I'm starting to look more into all types of different shit. Like, for example, Vinland Saga. I'm more of an action-based kind of anime watcher. They gotta have some good fights, some good power, some good swords, some blood, some gore, some shit like that, man. I'm not really one of those pervy anime guys who go look for the titties and shit in every fucking anime. But there's some guys out there, oh, they got big titties, I gotta watch that one. But I'm starting to get more into
this is gonna be
like
a stupid episode.
like I'm saying in Vinland Saga, man. The second season is less violent. There's still some pretty awesome fucking
Mm-hmm.
violence in it, which I fucking love. Plus, I'm a fan of like Viking shows and just the
Mm-hmm.
lore and stuff of Vikings and stuff like that. But just the thought process behind it, and I think the word you used when we talked about it's like the philosophical aspect of it, man. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. So I'm gonna try to branch out to a little bit more of that, where there is some violence and fucking fighting and shit, but there's something to actually think about and consider and
Mm-hmm.
kind of put yourself in their shoes type of anime. Like, damn, that's some real deep shit right there. Cause that shit's fucking heavy, especially Vinland Saga being a fucking veteran myself and watching the
Mm-hmm.
second season and how Thorfinn is dealing with the fuck he's dealing with, man. It's just pretty motherfucking heavy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, other than that, I don't know if I say a good villain. I say a good villain. I do
Mm, you did.
enjoy a fucking gnarly ass fucking villain, man. Which I
That's all
want to
good.
keep trying to watch the new Castlevania, man. But that shit's so dry. Like
I heard it
two
wasn't that
episodes
good.
in, I'm 2 episodes in, and that shit's really fucking dry. Like it's dry.
I mean, I hear like the cosplay community is excited about the characters and shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah, and I can see that.
I keep hearing that it is kind of boring.
Yeah, I can see that, but the anime itself is fucking dry as fuck, man. But
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really look into, and I'm starting to get into what Prime is doing with Invincible, and I think it's called like Diabolical or some shit like that,
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and damn, why can't I fucking think of it right now? Cause that's my shit too. But Fox Machina, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
No,
They're
yeah.
starting to try to get into
Adult
a Prime.
animation, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that shit is becoming real popular for me and my household, man. But that's really all it, man. I know you're gonna go in on this one because I think I need to
Really?
take my pen and paper and not just bullshit.
Not
But what
really.
about you, man? I'm really curious though. What makes a good
Um,
anime for
uh,
you?
a lot of the things you said, I mean, I'm right there with you. I mean, I initially started. I mean, anime it had to be swords or powers or something like that. Some had to blow up. I still appreciate that. I won't even say every now and again. A lot of the time, I appreciate a good explosion or a good, fight. Just
Yeah.
hands being thrown or whatever. So I appreciate that. So I mean, for me, I think a lot of times I like the stories. Story is important, but to me, it's characters. Because I mean, there's some good anime out there where the story is kind of like background, but it's like the characters interacting in the world makes it a good anime. So I think for me, primarily is characters and the types of characters in it. Um, and then I guess premise. I usually like if it's not a cookie cutter premise, even though again you can take a cookie cutter premise and still make it good.
Mm,
I like, like there's an anime called, like I said, there's a lot of anime that you probably won't watch, but I think they're really good, especially when you get to talking about them. There's an anime called like Death Parade,
mm,
where like you talked about the philosophical aspect of it. There's no fighting. There's different characters almost every episode. Um, it's kind of episodic, which sometimes that gets annoying to me. But basically, the premise is it's this bar that people come to in the afterlife, and it's kind of like that decision point before they go where they're gonna go. I think it's before you like go to hell or get reincarnated or whatever.
mhm,
And so you usually play some type of game, not like Saw style, but you play a game. And it's based on like your flaws in life, if I remember right. And if you can successfully overcome the game, you'll reincarnate. And it's just and there's an overarching story there, but they never really touch on it because it's only one season. So I mean that's good. And I guess the philosophical aspect of it too is usually what I like. Thinking of like Psychopaths was another one where the world is basically at relative peace, but everybody's in this society where you're judged by your crime coefficient and how you respond to different stimuli in a day. So, I mean, you can end up being like, assaulted. And because you freaked out, the way that society works is you would become the villain, basically. Or you become the criminal, if you will. Not necessarily villain, but more so criminal.
mhm.
And so, I mean, it's interesting premises like that. Like, the ones I talked about, Death Note, stuff like that. Definitely a big fan of characters and a good premise. And I like story. Yes, I like powers. I like shit to blow up, But I think those two are my primary key, just the characters and the premise. Because I mean, sometimes like there's one anime so weird. I don't even know how Kim and I started watching it, and it was like it's called Princess Jellyfish. It's not even marketed to our demographic. It's so what it's about is it's about like this boarding house or this apartment or whatever, and these five or six girls live together in this house,
Mm,
but they're all like otaku or diehard fans of a different thing. And when you think about otaku, especially anime, you think about like anime, manga, shit like that. But no, it was like one person was really into trains, one person was really like into old people. It was odd. One person was into like those nesting, those Russian nesting, was it babushka, those little nesting dolls.
mm,
So they all had a thing. One was like really obsessed with jellyfish. So you would just see like, the nerddom of a thing. And it was kind of cool when, you have a hobby or a thing that you're really passionate about to see like them. And it wasn't like weird. So, I mean, there's a couple anime like that where because the premise was interesting, we ended up. So sometimes, I mean, we'll try anime just out the blue that we wouldn't normally watch just to see if it's very interesting. Like there was one called B Gotta HK where it's usually anime high school. So the girl, everybody thinks the girl is like a freak, right?
mm,
But come to find out she's a virgin. And so there's a dude that they pressure to talk to her, and like she's trying to keep on this front of like she's a super popular outgoing thing, and it just shows like their relationship behind the scenes and how they like blossom and stuff. And it's not hentai or anything like that. And it sounds like it would be a hentai, but it's actually really like a sweet kind of relationship kind of thing, like watching a rom-com or something like that. So
mm.
um like I said, I mean, you try different stuff. I think my favorite character type is I like the overly intelligent character. So I mean, you like Lelouch's stuff like that.
Yeah, I
So yeah,
like them too.
yeah,
Shikamaru.
yeah, Shikamaru, stuff like that. I mean, Shikamaru
Mm.
was one my second favorite character in Naruto. R.I.P. to my
Who's your
favorite
first one?
character,
Who's your first one?
Neji, man.
He's
Neji was always my
dead, so you
favorite.
can't even have him as your first favorite because he's dead.
I can
R.I.P.
have him as my favorite if I go
Shikamaru
back and
moved
watch
up.
Naruto. Damn
I'm
it.
petty. I do
Hating.
Janae
You
the same way
hating.
about Jiraiya.
Hating. Hating. I don't care. Hating. So yeah, I mean, I think those are kind of the primary things to me that make a good anime. And to me, it has to tell a good story, like, or not a good story per se, but a cohesive story. Like
I like
you,
that.
like
Yeah.
there's anime where it's like say it's 12 episodes. Like you get the premise of the world in episode one. They fuck around and fuck around and fuck around and fuck around and fuck around for episodes 2 through 10, and then in 11 and 12 they decide that they got to get to the point. And that I hate that because you rush all this stuff trying to get a story to close it out at the end of the last two episodes, where you could have been doing that, you know, while while we're going through the anime. Another interesting anime with an interesting premise is a high score girl. It's about these kids. They kind of you see them kind of growing up, and they play video games, and it's like the old school video game scene in Japan. And like if you're a fan of Street Fighter, like old school Street Fighter 2,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely cool to watch. Like dude be getting relationship advice from like Guile and Zangief for shit. So you had to do some serious licensing to get that. So that was a pretty cool premise again, and the characters are fun. Another one, first season is Promise Neverland.
I've
The
heard of that one.
first season's amazing. They say the next season is kind of stupid, but the first season, man, suspense out this world. Like like you just sitting there like by the end of the episode, you're just like, oh shit, that just happened.
I can
Wow.
appreciate those.
Watch another one. Watch another one. And then apparently it just shit the bed in the second season. So there's that. But I think that they said that was because of the way the anime did it, and not the manga. So I think that's kind of my thing. Those kind of my things right there to make a good anime. You got anything else, or that it?
Oh, yeah, before we move on, man, I just thought about it, man. Something else in the past years in terms of anime that I'm really starting to enjoy is those OP in animes, man. Them
Mm-hmm.
overpowering protagonists or whatever, man.
Mm-hmm.
That shit's fucking amazing, man. From Misfits and The Wise Man's Grandchild.
Mm-hmm.
What's another one that I've watched? One Punch Man, of course. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
like it not just because they be whooping everybody's ass and it's fucking entertaining because they cocky as fuck, except for Wise Man's Grandchild. But
And you
fucking,
still can't get into Overlord, man.
I can't. Man. I've tried it 3 times. I swear I have, and I don't know. I can't get into it. But that, and then when you finally meet somebody that keep up with them for a little while, that makes it even more exciting because oh shit, how the fuck they gonna win? They got somebody to stick with them. Oh shit, the competition. I like it. But that's really it, man. OP animes, man. That's starting to be pretty fucking entertaining also. Oh, and history based, like
Yeah.
samurai and
Mm-hmm.
like I watch Kingdom. I'm a real big Kingdom fan,
Mm-hmm.
man. Shit like that, like the historical pieces. Kaochi's another one, the one where they're Nobunaga when he was younger. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Shit
yeah.
like that
Okay.
too. Yeah, shit
There's
like that.
one. It's an old one, probably like 10 years old. Um, it's called Shiguri Death Frenzy.
Okay.
It's slow. It's slow as shit. Like Kim gave up on it, but it's samurai and it's so like the concept is so fascinating. So it's like a tournament. It was the shogun basically calls a tournament, and he has I think 10 samurai fight each other. And
Mm,
the first fight is like a blind dude with like this weird stance, and the other was a one-armed dude. And so the people there are like, "What the hell is this?" They're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then so the rest of the show is, and the two dudes hate each other,
mm,
and so the rest of the show is a flashback of them showing one how they got into their condition, how they built a technique around their condition,
that
and
sounds
why they hate
interesting,
each other.
actually.
It's real fascinating, but it's slow. Like it's really slow. Like slow. But
Disclaimer.
it's worth it though, man. It's worth it. And
Yeah,
apparently there's a manga or a book or something, and it goes through the other fighters too. But the anime only covers the first pairing. But so
yeah.
yeah, it was a good one.
That's
For
what I'm
see if
excited
that's
about
what you.
Omnimusha coming out because it's gonna be
Yeah, I was
coming
gonna ask you if you
around.
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't. I'm watching the clock every time I go on fucking Netflix. They come out the same
Mm-hmm.
time. Invincible. That's some good shit to watch
Mm-hmm.
next week.
Yeah, Netflix is killing it with the anime game, man.
Yeah, they are. They are. I don't even watch like Hulu like that no more right now.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, you guys let us know what you think is what makes a good anime. Yeah, I saw that. And let us know some of your recommendations and some of your examples of
Yeah,
those features.
hell yeah.
And always looking for new anime. All right, man. So how those accessories treating you?
Not bad, man. It was kind of like airy, like it was really too easy to pull, I guess you could say, but that didn't since calm down and started burning a little slower. It's actually
Okay.
rolling pretty good, man. And then, like I said, the vodka and the strawberry lemonade is complementing it really well, man. It's a
Mm-hmm.
damn good pairing tonight, man. I have my moments, and when I do, I
Mm-hmm.
relish in them, sir. How about yours?
The whiskey, the bourbon lemonade is kind of interesting. There's a flavor in it that I can't place, but it's good. So, definitely good. And the cigar is pretty good too. I don't think you liked it that much, but it's not bad. It's okay. I would so far I would get it again. Definitely get it again. Um,
Right on.
top tier, no, but it's a good, you know, uh, reliables. We haven't had any construction issues. It only goes out. It's only went out once when I was talking, but yeah, not bad.
So, man, we talk about it in the whip all the time, man. How negative this world is, man. That's what we try to find. We're not really trying to find. We embrace more of the positive aspects of our day to days versus what goes on. That's negative, whether it be personal, whether it be something you see on social media, whether it be your neighbor or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the first question is, how do you yourself deal with negativity? And secondly, what are some recommendations for people who don't necessarily handle negativity too well?
Hmm. I mean, I guess the first thing. I mean, I think, and I mean, I know we have different belief systems, but my faith is really kind of that first thing, knowing that whether it works out to the way you want it, I mean, I truly believe that things will work out one way or the other. I mean, like I said, it may not be your ideal scenario, but there'll be a thing from it. And if it's not what you wanted, you may learn from it. So, that's kind of where I start. And then from there, I mean, it's kind of just my outlook and my mindset. So, I mean, you can kind of pair a little bit of stoicism right along with that to where it's like
Mm-hmm.
a thing that happens to you is just a thing. It's kind of what you do with that thing, how you respond to that thing. I mean, like for me having back pain for so bad for so long, I mean, people can get angry and bitter and rude and everything else when they have chronic pain. But to me, it was just a thing. It was a project basically to learn, to figure out, solve the problem, and I'm getting there. So, I mean, I think if you don't take that mindset, you can't really a lot of times approach things with an open mind. And I think realizing that beforehand, before things happen, it helps you, when the shit hits the fan. So, you can't deal with the negativity if you aren't prepared beforehand. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in a good space to handle it when it happens, you're out of luck. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's a thing that people I think get mixed up is like, how do you deal with negativity? And if something happens, and how do you just deal with it? Well, technically, you need to have your tools basically in place, you know, before that happens. I mean, it's just like you're a mechanic when that battery can't when you had to replace that battery in that journey, what I'm saying? You didn't go get the tools. I know. I think about that all the time. You don't go get the tools. You don't go buy the tools after it happens. You already have them in place to do the job.
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of how that works to me is you got to have those tools and you got to work to build and develop those tools. And then ultimately, you got to realize that your kids are always watching. So they watch how you handle adversity. They watch how you deal with rude people. They watch how you deal with your anger. They watch all these things and they tend to emulate or at least, learn what they don't want to see or don't want to do. So, I mean, that's kind of what I remember too is that I've always got full set, well, technically six because someone wears glasses, sets of eyes on me, watching me what I do. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, and yes, I do realize that shit gets bad. One of my sayings that in our group is quoted is, "I get tired of living in unprecedented times, time after time after time after time after time.
Everything.
Everything is unprecedented." And so I just get tired of that. But with that, I mean, I also control what I intake. So I mean, I intake enough to know what's going on. So like with the things going on in the world, I am aware of what's going on. But do I need to see the aftermath, if you will? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't in it doesn't impacts how I move, if you will. So, I mean, keeping that in mind, I mean, that's kind of how I deal with that. So it keeps me at a, because if you start seeing that stuff, like if you start seeing, like, remember, like every time somebody shows you like a cop video of somebody using somebody black, like, the video's always, oh, we got to see the video. I don't need to see the video. I'm not on the jury. I'm not making the decision. I'm gonna, let that be what it is. I don't need to take that in and mess up my energy. So, I mean, that's ultimately kind of what I do is just one, I have the tools in place to kind of minimize it. So, what's the dude's name on YouTube? I find his name. When I find it, I'll put it right there. But the way he kind of phrased it is you work on building your capacity and operating in the sense that you're so below your actual capacity that when shit hits the fan, you have so much more left to handle that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, I think, why when situations pop off and fly, I respond the way I do. Is because, I mean, I guess I have a lot of capacity, and then I also realize that if I freak out and panic, everybody else is going to lose their shit because Lamar is panicking. So, um, I mean, I think that's really it. I mean, if I think of something else, I added on. But what about you, man? How do you deal with the negativity?
Honestly and truly, I flip shit first for a second, depending on what the situation is, man. I don't necessarily panic because I don't panic. I've been trained not to panic. So I just kind of just I get pissed off about it and then I start to plan. I
Mm-hmm.
go from pissed off to meticulous real fucking quick. And it's actually it's actually a fucking sight to see. You haven't seen this part of me before yet, sir, but
Mm-hmm.
it's really a fucking sight to see. I just, first I get pissed off and then my gears start turning. I need to do this to make this happen. I need to do this to make this happen. Or um like you said, we have different faiths and everything like that, and I contributed everything to our ancestors and in the universe. You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
this is happening for a reason. I'm not gonna see it yet, but eventually I'm gonna see it. I'm like, damn, if this didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened. So
Mm-hmm.
it was all the plan of the ancestors because they seen it already. They already know exactly what's gonna happen before it's gonna happen. They already know you and how you're gonna respond to whatever you're gonna respond to. So everything is it's more or less, I say, written already. You know what I'm saying? It's been seen. You just gotta go through these fucking certain situations to get to where you're trying to get. And in my life, a lot of the negative shit that's happened to me is contribute to my own fucking self. Like it's all
Mm-hmm.
self-inflicted, man. So I've
But yeah,
learned
that
how to
takes growth
navigate.
to realize.
Yeah, a lot of it. I say like at least at least 60-70% of that shit was self-inflicted, man. So learning to grow from that, man, and then figuring out what I want out of this negative situation versus what this negative situation encompasses as a fucking whole. Don't really dwell on what is happening, dwell on what I want to happen from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you plant a fucking seed and
Mm-hmm.
you know what the fuck you want to grow. You planting fucking strawberries and you want to grow goddamn strawberries. You gonna keep doing what you gotta do to grow these fucking strawberries, if you will. Instead
How
of
are you cussing and saying strawberries in the same?
I don't fucking know shit. Straw fucking berries. I don't fucking know. Anyway, uh, but you focus on what you want out of it versus, oh, the sun ain't shining right, oh, it ain't getting enough water. Instead of, yeah, I want to grow these motherfucking strawberries, so I'm gonna grow these motherfucking strawberries, and them bitches is gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I handle negativity. And everybody handles the shit different, man. Some people just like to vent to other people. Some people like to just dwell in it, like you like to say the woe is me all the fucking time when something fucking negative
Mm-hmm.
happens. But it's us as parents. I ain't just saying men, but us as fucking parents. Like you said, we
Sure.
got eyes. We got eyes watching us. We can't. Something negative fucking happens. For one, we got to keep that straight face because ain't none of them goddamn kids' business what's going on
Mm-hmm.
in adult business. You know what I'm saying? You got to put on that face like ain't nothing wrong. Who gives a fuck if you know the lights about to get cut off tomorrow? Oh, daddy, the lights is off. We playing hide and seek. Shut the fuck up. But you got to be
Mm-hmm.
able to navigate those things and to pass those things on to your children. Also, I got two legally adult children right now, and Dre in
Mm-hmm.
particular, his journey started off fucking negative when he was going to what's that shit called, Job Corps, because he missed his flight in that morning. You know what I'm saying? So he was kind of like,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
that'll
even,
always mess your day
yeah,
up.
like I don't, he was like, I don't even want to do this no more. I'm pretty much done. I'm like, just stay focused on the goal, man. Everything
Mm-hmm.
happens for a reason. It was a reason you missed that flight. You're gonna get to where you need to go and you're gonna make shit pop. And eventually he got it. He got into the fucking mode and he did what the fuck he had to do, man. He didn't dwell into the negativity, and that's something else we gotta teach our kids, man. Then like you saying, like with the cops and the news and the shit going on with Israel, the shit going on with Ukraine and all that other shit. It's about intake. I like when you said, you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, it depends on what you take in, because a lot of people take that shit in and just be like, uh, they take that shit like to heart, like for real. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was a guy on the Breakfast Club a couple weeks ago, and he was kind of upset with DJ Khaled and Drake because they didn't have
You
any
talking about Vlad?
yeah, Vlad. Yeah, it was Vlad. Because he was upset that DJ Khaled, who I guess Palestinian, and Drake, who's Jewish or whatever, didn't have really nothing to say as far as this shit goes. They're not taking in that fucking negativity. You want to take in negativity on something that happened that's been going on for centuries with with these people fucking fighting over there, and you're upset that
Yeah.
he's not fucking doing it. But you know what I'm saying, at the same time, in the society we live in, negativity fucking sells, man. It
Mm-hmm.
sells like a motherfucker, man. They don't want to hear about the three black kids I posted on Facebook.
Mm.
a couple of days ago with
The
the
high
high
IQs.
IQ. Yeah, they don't want to post that
Yeah.
shit. They rather post fucking more about the mass shooting in Maine versus these children that has extremely fucking high IQs that's gonna fucking change the
Mm-hmm.
world in a positive fucking faction. But
It's money, man.
um
If it bleeds, it
yeah,
leads.
yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Other than that, then the other thing is meditation. I know we talked about the stressing mental health before, but when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to negativity, man, I like to meditate on first what happens and first what result I want from it. Like, yeah, this happens, but I'm gonna focus more on meditating on what I need to do to fix this negative thing that happened today. And then that's something else about the day. When I said today, sorry, I know
Mm-hmm.
I'm ranting, but um people like to dwell on what happened negatively that day. Like you had a shit day at fucking work. You'll hold on to that shit all the fucking way until you fucking go to sleep
Mm-hmm.
until the next day. My people let that shit go. You had some negative shit happen at work, some negative happening in personal life. Get on Monday, guess what? Tuesday is a brand new day. You get to try it all over again. So
Mm-hmm.
don't sit there and hold on to it, man. That's like the biggest thing I can say about people outside of myself dealing with negativity. Don't hold on to it, man. Take it from what it is. Either attack it or let it the fuck go. Just don't sit there and fucking dwell in it because you're gonna hurt yourself and you're eventually gonna hurt the people around you, man. Whether physically or emotionally or mentally, it's gonna fucking happen, man. So that's really all I got, bro.
Okay, couple things. I was gonna say two other outlets: cigars and motorcycles. Shout out to the balloons.
The balloons.
So is it just two fingers? Is that yeah? It's
Yep.
that. So
Oh
yeah.
hell, you figured it out, so you know what not to do.
Yeah. So I think it's when you go from two to one. So yeah. So I think it's those two things. They really are a thing. And for those out there that don't necessarily vibe with cigars or motorcycles, find that thing that's an outlet. I mean, even
Mm-hmm.
now I've gotten into Gundam model kits. I mean that's an interesting level of zoning out that I've seen nothing like. So I mean that's amazing. So it separates you from everything going on in the
Yeah.
world. So sometimes you need that. And I mean,
Yeah.
and we're not saying that shit don't suck from time to time
Because it definitely fucking
because it
does.
definitely sucks. It's all about having to move on. I mean, it's kind of like I hate let's see, use my words carefully here to hear about like teens unaliving themselves based on like things from high school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, yeah, it's a little different now with social media, but once you get past high school and you go to college or whatever, it's a whole different world, man. Like the the best is still yet to come a lot of times, and you know, I know you're in it and you can't see it, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes I just wish that they could get those coping mechanisms and those things and like acknowledge that it sucks. I mean, there are things that do suck. I mean, I don't want to come across like we're just higher plane, higher self,
Oh no,
whatever.
hell no!
Just
I was fucked up earlier
just
today.
just want to say, you feel what you feel, and then you gotta, you can't stay in that forever and ever because nothing gets done. Nothing
Yeah,
happens. I mean, because
damn
you can
sure.
stay in that forever, and like you said, you can't. Woe is me. So I mean, I think that's those are really the things I wanted to say. Is just yes, things do suck, and find like hobbies and things to like
Yeah,
completely separate you from whatever's going on in the world, and take that time to yourself. If
yeah,
it's journaling, you mentioned meditating, praying. I mean, there's so many outlets just to get that stuff out. So yeah, I think that's all I got now.
yeah, man. Cause shit, I game. Like if I'm really
Mm-hmm.
pissed off, that's why I keep Fight Night on my motherfucking Xbox right now to this fucking day. Cause some days I be having them fucking days, man. I just put on Fight Night and beat the fuck out the computer. I turn knockouts
Sometimes I just
off.
like to fight.
I turn knockouts off and all types of shit. I just and turn blood up and I beat their fucking face till it's unrecognizable. and
Wow.
it makes me happy. Then I'm like, all right, I'm good now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it, man. But but yeah, man, that's some real shit. Especially like you said with the high school and everything like that, the kids and everything like that,
Mm-hmm.
unaliving themselves, how you put it, And I like to tell, especially Keontae, because he's at that age where he's trying to find out who he is, and on top of that,
Mm-hmm.
he's a military brat, so we're moving, so he got to adjust to this culture and this community and that and
Mm-hmm.
this. And you know what I'm saying? I tell him to focus more on finding your people. Stick with what you like, stick to what you're into, and find the
Mm-hmm.
people that gravitate to you, man. Don't try to gravitate and fit into every fucking circle. Find your
Yeah.
own motherfucking group, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and if anybody out there, children, who are having these issues like that, talk to somebody, man. If you can't talk to your
Yeah.
parents or a close friend, talk to a therapist or something. They got 1-800 lines, they got chat lines, they got so much stuff out here now. So
Mm-hmm.
that won't ever be an option, man. That's about it, man. Don't dwell in negativity, man.
Yep. All right, everybody. We talked about what we like in anime, and sometimes anime that we like can fit in this category too. So I will preface it by saying that hey, just because we say it's overrated, don't mean we don't like it necessarily. Um, keep that in mind if you want to get mad and throw your tirade on there for your favorite anime we said was
Do
overrated.
it. Do
So,
it.
with that being said, brother, what do you think is? And I think this will be fun to kind of go back and forth on.
Okay.
So let's do that. So, what's some of your most overrated anime to you?
My Hero Academia. Let's go ahead and
Mm.
start with that one. Decent anime. Yeah, I mean not
Mm-hmm.
decent. It's actually relatively good. I watch it. I keep up with it, but it's not all that. Like it's your typical uh was underdog fucking story and all this other shit like that, man. I just think it's average. I don't think it's the most amazing fucking anime fucking ever. There's like so much more
Mm-hmm.
shit fucking out there. Is it entertaining? Yeah. Is it something
Mm-hmm.
good for like, new anime kids or guys? Because Keontae, he's a big fan of My Hero Academia, and that's really his realm of fucking anime. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
get it, but people be hyping that shit like this is the best thing fucking smoking when it's really fucking not. I mean, the thing that cracks me up about it the most is when fucking All Might get excited, blood come out his mouth, and me and Simpson had to joke back and they like, this motherfucker got AIDS. That's what's wrong with him. That's what the fuck is wrong
Mm-hmm.
with him. But I mean, it's a decent anime. I mean, they try to make it like a A+ type anime, but I think it's maybe A-, maybe B+ at the fucking most. It's not the best. It's not the fucking worst, and they hype it up to make it more than what it needs to be. How about you, sir?
So with that one, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I can see where you're coming from on that, and I think part of that is because as you get from the original big three, Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, and as Bleach is kind of while it's got a second resurgence at the time, it wasn't around, and Naruto is doing this thing in this Boruto, which never gonna live up to the same level of splendor, from what I understand. And that may be one on the list. We'll see what happens. Um, but I think that's where it becomes that trying to find the next big three, and I think
Mm,
that's where that comes from. To me, I enjoy it when you start looking at like the mindset of the heroes. It gets more fascinating. So
mhm.
I'll do a couple. So like if you think of like Todoroki, I mean just the background of the family trauma that he went through and being,
Yeah.
as powerful as he is, refusing to use his firepower as a spite to his father, and then through a fight with Deku, realizing and getting some closure and some healing that saying, hey, I can use my fire powers and all that. So I mean, I think that's kind of cool. And then you get Bakugo, who's my favorite character, and surprisingly is my favorite character in there. The explosion death murder is my dude. Um, so
Long ass fucking hero
I
name.
love it. I love it. Uh, but even him, like always looking down verbally on Deku, but actually looking up to him because of how he behaves, being at the beginning quirkless and all that stuff,
Mm,
and just having a very good quirk and wanting to live up to the expectations and being a conceited dude, but really in some degrees overcompensating in a little in some ways. I like what's her name, Yaya Rozu, who's brilliant, has a powerful quirk, but gets in her head and second guesses herself. And for any of the intelligent people out there in the world that know what that's like to second guess your abilities and second guess your skills, I mean, that's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Who else we got? I mean, Deku. Deku. What I appreciate about him is so many of the main characters in Shonen are stupid, and he's actually really smart, and he's a student of like superheroes, and so like as he's using the powers, it's fascinating to see him like thinking, and when he's using more of the one for all powers, yeah, one for all, you see um, how he's trying to use them in tandem and thinking, and even surprising the previous user. So
Mhm.
I appreciate like those things. And on the surface, yeah, it can be just a simple basic anime, and I get that, and I don't agree. I don't disagree with that on a lot of levels. But yeah, I think once you like look at the characters a little layer deeper, I think it gets more fascinating, at least to me.
Right on, right on.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your most overrated anime?
Let's fucking go. Um, the only reason, and this might be my only one. This is the Nissan Ultima of anime to me right now.
oh.
Tokyo Revengers.
Hold on, that's some shit now. That's some
Tokyo. Oh, that's
shit.
good. This is fun. We can disagree and we can talk about it.
Come
Why?
on, come on. I want to hear it.
Tokyo Revengers is fucking overrated. It is the only anime in existence where people like all the characters except for the main character. Nobody gives a shit about the main character. Takemichi sucks. I don't care what you
But
say.
that's what make it good.
Takemichi is ass. With knowledge of the past, Takemichi is still ass. He's ass in the past. He's ass in the future. Uh, don't like Takemichi. Mikey, cool. Don't get me wrong. Baji was my dude. Um, and that's the thing. I mean, like I like a lot of the main characters, but again, they're not main characters. And when you hang your hat on the story, you're supposed to see the story through the eyes of the main character. He's just so weak to me. And I think what people really like about it is yes, they be whooping ass in that anime, and two, the other characters are so cool. Like if you made it about like what is it, Mikey and with Draken, and take out the time travel shit and just make it like a period gang anime, I would like it so much better.
I don't think it would be as good.
Really? Well, go ahead. This is
I
your
don't think
shit.
it'll be
So,
as good because with him being the sucky crybaby character that he is, it kind of gives you that oh shit factor when he actually fucking does something, anything
but all he
at
does
fucking
is
all.
take an
He
ass whooping until they're like, "Look, I'm tired of beating your ass, bro."
Yeah, but he has Hort. He got Hort, cuz he got Hort. But I don't, and the reason I don't think it's, what I'm saying, as overrated is for that very same reason, because the main character fucking sucks. So it kind of revolves around the characters around him, the Mikey, the Baji, the motherfucker with the dragon, Drake and Draken or whatever the fuck his
Mm-hmm.
name is. It revolves more around their things, and what makes me excited about it is that he does this, and I'm curious to see what changes when he goes back and what he got to do when he gets back, or I'm gonna take over the Tokimanji gang or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. How you gonna fucking do that shit? I think it's more suspenseful for me. I wouldn't necessarily
I
agree with
mean,
you on that one, brother.
and see, and I think the reason is for me anyway is I've seen time travel done better in anime. um it's annoying. I mean, even recently, the concept of time travel to me in Tokyo rendering, no, what is it? Is it Summertime Rendering was the anime. It's on Hulu. About 26 episodes. It was more fascinating, complex, and suspenseful to me than um that. So just think about like Tokyo Revengers if one of the other games find out that they realize that you can go back in time. How does that happen? They're aware of your time traveling. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does
Mm-hmm.
that do to how you respond to things? So there, to me, there's better anime that do time travel. There's better, and I mean, there's better anime that does fighting. There's better anime that does gangs. Um, I mean, yes, I like the supporting. The Tokyo Majin gang is cool. I like them, but man, overrated, overrated. I still stand by that. And there's
I respect
better
your
anime
opinion,
to
sir.
do it.
I respect your opinion, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's my turn now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit everybody in the anime world below the belt. Dragon fucking balls.
If you weren't gonna say it,
Dragon
I was gonna say
balls.
it.
Dragon fucking balls, man. Like we get it, you know what I'm saying? When you're younger, that's the shit. You know what I'm saying? When you're just
Mm-hmm.
getting introduced to anime, Dragon Balls is the shit. But
It's the
if
gateway.
you,
It's the gateway.
yeah, exactly. But as you keep fucking watching, you know, us, we done seen Dragon Ball, we done seen Dragon Ball Z, we done seen Dragon Ball GT. I didn't even went back and seen Dragon Ball Z Kai because they just made it prettier and it named it fucking Kai.
And
But
condensed it.
that shit too.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it's really overrated because you already know what the fuck gonna happen, man. It don't fucking matter. Goku's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who he's fighting, how he's fighting it, whatever. Except for Goku Black, because Goku Black was beating their motherfucking ass in fucking Super. He was whooping their ass. They went fucking fusion and got their ass beat. That's the only caveat I give to Dragon Balls right now is that little section of Super where Black whooped their ass at least a good 3 times. At least three
Mm-hmm.
times. But Goku still found a way to fucking win it. And it's all about I'm gonna train and be the best and this and Goku is because of his training, he can do this and he can be a god and he can be Super Saiyan 4 and he can be Ultra Instinct Super Silver Hair guy and you always gonna have Vegeta that's chasing fucking behind him and Gohan, you don't know if Gohan is gonna kick some up, body motherfucking ass, or oh, you're not living up
Mm-hmm.
to your potential, motherfucker. You suck. And then they just keep
Mm-hmm.
Piccolo because they need, excuse my French, they need a nigga to stay in the goddamn show. That's what this is, excuse my French, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
they just got Piccolo around because they need a Negro in there, and
Mm-hmm.
he's that guy. But all in all, I said Dragon Balls is extremely fucking overrated. It's really the fucking same, man. It's not even exciting no more. Like for a second, I said, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Z from the fucking beginning just to kill some fucking time one day. And I was looking through it. I was like, okay, I can skip that, skip that, skip that, skip that. I said, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to motherfucking watch this shit because I mean, it's who the fuck cares now? There's so much other
Mm-hmm.
shit that's doing it better than fucking Dragon Balls,
That's
man.
the
Like
key. That's the key.
it doesn't even register anymore. Will it always be in the vault of anime for me? Hell yeah, it will be. But now,
Mm-hmm.
day and age, yeah, that's just completely fucking overrated. Like I'm gonna watch the new one that come out, the Dragon Balls Daimyo or Daimyo, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm
I'm
gonna
in no
watch it.
rush, but yeah.
Yeah, I ain't in no rush either, but I'm gonna watch it eventually. But it's overrated. We already know what the fuck gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for me, I this is one where I agree with you 100%. And let me just say first of all that old school Dragon Ball Z fan here. Okay. So before the Crunchy Rolls and before
See the bitches on
Netflix,
bed days tape.
we used to go to damn Suncoast or Fire or whatever, um, and go buy the VHS when you could only get like 3 or 4 episodes on the tape, and you had to wait
Yep.
6 weeks for the next tape or however long you had to wait.
And we had that
And
spot where
then
we rented it.
and then it piss
Mhm.
you off when you waiting, and the 3 episodes is nothing but charge up and build up. Like when because we started buying
Mm.
the tapes during the Namek saga,
Yeah.
and the whole shit is Frieza going in different forms and all that shit. Or
Mm-hmm.
when they were when Goku and Frieza are fighting on Namek and all that stuff. And, you know, it is. I mean, is it influential? Is it the like I say, gateway anime? Do I have a picture in my wall right over there of Goku? Yeah, I do. But I can still recognize it as overrated. And then the other thing that kills me is like the diehard fandoms is like nobody can beat Goku. Like this person versus Goku. Goku washes no difficulty. This person because you got to remember this and you got to remember this and this and this and this. Goku gets his ass beat in all of Super.
He really
Goku,
does.
I'm trying to
He really
think.
does.
None of the main villains Goku beats in Super. I'm trying to think. I haven't seen Brawly, so I can't. I don't know how that ends. Um,
Brawly, they beat him, but they didn't.
that's
It
how
was
you
kind
beat him
of,
the first.
appeal. No, they more like appeal to his
Uh,
his good nature or whatever the fuck.
yeah, I mean, because he's training with Wiz and Beerus now.
I want to see
I
Wiz
mean,
fight though.
Beerus washes him. Um, Jiren washes him.
Yeah.
Um,
Even with that Ultra Instinct shit, they
even with
ran out of
Ultra
time.
Instinct, they had to jump him
Yeah.
really, and still had trouble. Um, fucking what's my dude hit?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Can stop time for a few seconds.
Hell, and
Watches you.
if you want to go back to fucking GT, the evil
Mm-hmm.
dragon dude or whatever, the last dragon
Mm-hmm.
they had to fight, whooped his motherfucking ass till they went like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I mean, what? Who else? Who else is in there right now? Who else was in there? Yeah,
Boo was whooping in his ass too.
Boo. Yeah, he didn't beat Cell. I
Nope.
mean,
Shit, he
so
didn't beat Raditz either.
yeah,
Like if you really think
that,
about it, who the fuck did Goku beat other than Frieza?
yeah, right. I mean, once you got to Dragon Ball Z, I mean, Frieza and then Boo with a Spirit Bomb,
Yeah. But
and that's
other than
like
that,
a
who did he beat?
universal jump in. So I mean, that technically don't count.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's an argument
So,
I've had. I can't remember. I've had that argument so many times.
mhm.
So many times.
So
Like he didn't win by himself.
and then I mean, it's cool to see, but I mean, after you see like some good hand to hand combat in an
Yeah.
anime,
Like you legit won
like
on your own.
like when you see like techniques where like there's like YouTube channels that like demonstrate like how this is actual like real fighting. Like
Mhm.
I was watching a video talking about like Jujutsu Kaisen. Gojo is actually using like Wing Chun techniques and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And
Mhm.
so I mean it's stuff like that where it's actually like real weight to the moves and not just which is cool still, it's
Right.
fun to see. But I mean, you know, it
Ain't no
appeals to
substance
my
behind it.
yeah, I mean, and it gets real formulaic. So, I mean, yes, agree wholeheartedly. Dragon Ball is overrated. Yes. My turn
You
again.
got Yep, you got another one?
All right, I do have another one.
All right, I'm
So
interested.
since we pissing on fandoms, let's keep going. Um, again, this is another one that I really enjoy. It's one of my favorite anime, but I can still say it's overrated, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Um, Attack on Titan.
I was gonna say it, but I was gonna see if you was
Attack
gonna
on
do it
Titan.
first.
Yes.
Because that's your shit. That was your shit.
It's a fantastic anime. Don't get me wrong. I really love how it switched from like, you know, the Titans and being the suspenseful mystery and all that stuff. But I think to me, what makes it overrated to me is the worship of Aaron Yeager with his turn. Spoiler, sorry. Um, I think that's the part that makes it overrated to me. When he becomes this dark, edgy, emo, kill 'em
Yeah.
all my friends are dead kind of dude.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they're like, oh, Aaron's right. This is the way. I mean, you really want to celebrate that? That was really the best solution given all the power and circumstances. That was really it. So, I mean, I think for that reason and Aaron's progression, and like Aaron is mostly an annoying character. And like, I think in first or second season, Aaron gets so annoying, they fucking don't even show him for like 5, 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, like they just go somewhere else and be like, yeah, we tired of his ass too, so we gonna go somewhere else. So yes, so to me,
Yeah.
while I still enjoy the anime Attack on Titan because of the fandom around Aaron Yeager is overrated.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I kind of got out of it, man. I was like, I got to a point where like I don't even care. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not. I don't care to watch the next episode. It doesn't really make
Mm-hmm.
a fuck to me whether he does this or does that. Um. So the last one that I have, and I'm a fan of it too. I've seen the movies. I've seen the other two parts that came out recently or whatever. Um, Seven Deadly Sins is highly overrated. It's highly overrated. Like it's a decent anime for what the fuck it is. I like to play on um how they bring like the I forgot the right term for it, but the King Arthur period into it and with the Camelot
Mm-hmm.
and all that other
See,
shit.
I hated how they did that.
Like I didn't mind that, but
Mm-hmm.
it was just fucking basic that needed to fucking end. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
you hear it when as soon as you hear the music, you already know Meliodas is gonna beat somebody fucking ass. He gonna beat somebody. somebody's gonna fucking evolve, kind of like Bleach. But I'm not gonna go there with Bleach. Come talk about Seven Deadly Sins right now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it was an anime that should have ended way, way later. Like it shouldn't have kept going. Like after you killed the Demon King, you should just let that shit go. If you even needed to go that fucking far. But I get it,
Mm-hmm.
they had to finish it. I mean, even the manga was overrated to me. If the manga's overrated, god damn,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like Meliodas was that character that, you know, the carefree. He was like a Goku, basically.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the Goku of fucking Seven Deadly Sins, and that shit was just highly overrated. I ain't got too much more to say on it, but it was just, I mean, it was a decent anime, but completely fucking overrated, man. People were
See.
really hype about that shit for a little while. Not so much no more, but it was
Mm-hmm.
hype when it was really going strong.
So I kind of disagree with you, and not for the reason that you think.
Okay.
So let me see if I phrase this correctly. So I don't think that Seven Deadly Sins is overrated because I don't think that people think it say it's as good. Like I mean, it does have a diehard fan base, but it's not that big. Um, it's really not that great of an anime. I mean, it's not. It's just not. I mean, the animation went down. It got again formulaic. The whole Meliodas Elizabeth relationship is problematic. Hell, most of the relationship pairings in Seven Deadly Sins are problematic when you really think about them all. So I don't think that it's overrated just because I don't think it's considered that good. I mean, and that's really all. I mean, I think
Okay.
I agree with all your takes on it and your opinion on it, but I just don't think it's rated. I don't think the fandom, like the overall anime community, thinks it's that great. Like I've seen
Yeah.
enough videos shitting on it, so and not just because of the anime in the final season. I don't understand why Netflix keeps adding to the universe though. I don't know why they keep doing that. All right, so another anime, not necessarily an anime per se, but a series of anime, a universe, if you will, is the Fate anime universe. And I
Never
don't think you've
watched
seen
any
any.
of them. I've been
So
wanting to get into it, but I haven't got into it yet.
so Fate Stay Night is okay. Unlimited Blood Works is good. I haven't seen Heaven's Feel. Um, and then Fate Stay Zero is probably to me the best one. And that's like the prequel to Fate Stay Night. Then you got like Apocrypha and all these other spin-offs and offshoots. And it's just it's really it gets to the point where it's me and Apocrypha was the one that was like Kim was like, I'm not watching any more of these at all. I'm done. And I think what people get into it is one, it's a very fascinating premise. So
Mm.
it's like a battle for the Holy Grail, right? And so like I think it's 10. I think 10 people get 10 champions, if you will. Kind of in the same feel of like um Record of Ragnarok, but not necessarily in like a field, like in a room. So, or in a battle coliseum. So like it can be like it's like an elimination fight, and the fights can happen anywhere. And so um, you have like people from history. So like Alexander the Great, Gilgamesh, King Arthur, Jack the Ripper. Historical people, and I mean, and that's fascinating to see how they use them and how they do all that stuff. And they have classes, so they fit in like an archer class or a rider class or a lancer class. Lancelot, I think, is in it. So I mean, I think that's kind of cool, and it has a lot of potential to be fascinating. But it gets to a point where it's just style, flashy special moves over substance. It's basically the anime equivalent of that person that plays Street Fighter and throws Hadoukens over and over and over again.
Oh, like Lamar.
I don't do
I'm just bullshit.
that.
I'll see
So I
you
mean,
duking your ass to death.
I will never do that. I never do that. But yeah, I think, and like I said, you haven't seen it. I would watch Fate Zero. Fate State Zero. That one is good. Um, if you watch nothing else, you'll be just fine. Um, there's another one I want to watch just because of again the elaborate battles and special moves. I just want to see them in context. But other than that, I mean, it's kind of meh at best.
Fair enough. I really don't have a
Yeah,
dog in
I
that
didn't think
fight
you
because I
would,
haven't
and
watched
I
any
was
of them.
yeah, I was kind of hesitant to bring that one because yeah, I know you hadn't seen that one, but to me, that one's overrated.
Hey man, say what's on your spirit, man. Just say what's on your
Hmm.
spirit.
Yeah, so I think that's all I got. I'm sure as soon as we're done, I'll think of a couple other ones. But for now, I think that's a good enough list. So let us know what you guys think. What do you think some overrated anime are? What do you think isn't overrated? Do you think we were wrong? Let's hear your thoughts on some of those. So
I'm never
yeah.
wrong.
So yes, let us know what you guys think. Your opinions on anime that may be overrated.
All right, man. So I know mine are done, man, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna tell you about mine in a minute, man. But how'd your
Mm-hmm.
accessories turn out?
So the cigar, I think the first half was better than the second half to me. Not bad. I would still get another one just to see if that's the case and pair it with just a regular whiskey or something. But
Hmm.
not bad. Not bad. I enjoyed the first half more than the second half, I will say. Um, the lemonade bourbon pairing, like I said, if I didn't want to drink like just straight bourbon and I didn't feel like picking anything up and I didn't feel like talking about anything that I've already talked about, it was a good little pairing to mix up, change things up a little bit. So not bad overall. What about you?
Um, the cigar started to hit like at the end, man. Like the second half of that damn cigar, man, that shit started to get really strong, man. I'm feeling pretty fucking
Mm-hmm.
good right now, man. A little stuck a little bit.
Mm-hmm, I
And
can
like
tell.
like I said in the other accessory check-ins, man, it complemented the vodka really fucking well. I
Mm-hmm.
know last week the cigar and the tin cup didn't mix like I wanted it to, but this time, man, it actually worked out really good, man. And the cigar slowed down, and
Mm-hmm.
it just started to hit a lot better, man. That shit strong at the end. I don't know what y'all put in the back end of that shit, Blackbird, but good job, well done.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I have to try mine soon. Oh, all right. That was fun, man. We got some anime in. We probably made some anime fans mad, but that's okay.
Fuck
It's
'em.
always fun. So, you got anything for the people before we wrap up?
Yeah, man. We talked about negativity today, man. Y'all find a way to get out of that negative bubble, man.
Mm-hmm.
If something negative happens, embrace it, take it for what it is, and then move on from it.
I'm gonna say take the next week and try something different to challenge your comfort zone. Do something that
Interesting.
you don't, and it doesn't have to do anything, be anything crazy. Just try something that you don't normally do, or something that you've been wanting to try, and give it a shot. Because
Hell
you may
yeah.
find your new favorite thing.
Tell us about it. Maybe it might be my new favorite thing.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So that's all I got, man. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Episode 108 in the books,
Yep,
and
yep.
we out.
Yeah.